all the focus on alternative energy, solar, and fuel efficiency, it's not surprising that some savvy engineers are working on solar-powered cars.
Hi, my name is Garry Reid. I'm Director of Sales and Technology for Cruise Car. We're an alternative energy transportation company and specializing in solar electric vehicles. The car we have right here is called a Kudo. It's a 4-seat Kudo. It's one of more than a dozen models of solar electric vehicles we make. Now, solar electric hybrid is the official term and means we've merged the electric version of the battery with the solar panel on the top. This is a 160-watt solar panel at the top that, when you're outside, of course, in the sun, is constantly recharging the batteries and therefore giving you additional range on the vehicle. Matter of fact, if you were to drive 5 miles a day or less, you would never need to even plug this vehicle in. But if you do more than that, then you can always plug it into a normal 120-volt outlet, and the full range is 50 miles a day, or 55 with the extra additional solar. The batteries are stored under the front seat. You can see that we have 8 6-volt batteries in this particular unit, so it's a 48-volt system total. And much like you find any electric vehicle, I mean, they go from 36 to 96 volt is the normal range of electric vehicles depending on the size. So this one is 48. We have 72 and 96 volt systems as well. And I mean, it's very straightforward. Just so we have a wiring that comes here, goes through a charge converter that connects to the batteries. These cars are street legal up to 30 on roads up to 35 miles an hour, and by law, under the category of low-speed vehicle or neighborhood electric vehicle, the maximum we can set them at is 25 miles an hour. We could set them at higher, but really that's by law the fastest we can make them go.
Given the limitations of space and weight on the car, you must have had to do some special engineering on the solar panels. Is that right?
Well, we use a monocrystalline silica that it has higher efficiency than some of the other the thin film solar panels that are available, because solar panels all about the efficiency and the amount of surface area. So we try to size them to basically cover the roof as best we can, and then use higher quality silica so you can get the most power out of it as possible. We do have a different manufacturing technique in there to basically double up the voltage that normally you would get by cutting the cells in half. And by doing that, you get twice the voltage that a normal panel would have, and it gets up above the voltage required by the batteries, and which makes it more reliable rather than having to depend on a voltage booster after the panel.
What are some of the engineering challenges that you faced?
Well, you have to protect against overcharging of the battery. So there's a solar charge device that controls the charge going from the panels to the battery to make sure you don't overcharge the batteries and fry them. And at the same time, you also have to prevent the back charge from the panels, from the panels back to the batteries, from the batteries to the panels at night. Then the other thing is just trying to minimize the weight of the vehicle, things that you would normally do in engineering to ensure your maximum mileage just for an electric vehicle. We have several new designs underway that actually increase the size of the solar panel to give you additional range from solar only. And for this vehicle, they won't really be applicable, but for some or others, I don't know, the ones that are more look like a golf cart. But those are 2, 4, 6-seat golf carts, and obviously we can make the roof longer and a little bit wider, accommodate a greater surface area of solar silicon cells, and therefore it may be up to double the mileage we get. I'm aiming for about 10 miles. 5 miles and never even have to use a drop of oil or electricity. And when you do use electricity, it's still going to be way cheaper than a gasoline-powered vehicle. You're going to reduce CO2 emissions, and it's a good pick as a second vehicle. A lot of people, have 2, 3, maybe a lot of 2, 3-car families, and that third car oftentimes doesn't have to be a gas-driven one. It can be an electric one. Use it to get around town and do all your neighborhood type shopping. We sell a lot of these to retirement communities or just planned communities. Military bases are using them. Their maximum speed is usually 25 miles an hour anyway on the military base, so it's not a limitation to have the speed limitation for them. We're, basically it's just wide open. I know I personally have been talking to a lot of wineries. They use a lot of gas-powered vehicles to go out and take their equipment and out in the fields. And they don't really need all that. They can use an solar electric vehicle and do a little bit more to reduce CO2 emissions. I'm always on the lookout for additional technology that we can merge with our cars to either make them go longer or to utilize the extra power that we have for whether it be a GPS system, maybe a stereo system on there, things that normally would drain the battery, but because we have the extra solar, we can really claim that, truthfully, that there's not going to be any additional drain from these appliances. We made for emergency vehicles, I'll quit it with plugs so you can have a laptop running, or maybe a music system and an iPod connection so that you can charge and have your iPod and have the music. Matter of fact, one of the electric vehicles are very quiet. And I've talked to a number of municipalities, and there were some accidents because people can't hear them coming because people usually they step out thinking I don't hear anything. So music's actually a safety feature, as I view it, and so we'll be looking at that as a way on certain of our transport vehicles, not only just for enjoyment of music, but also for safety.
What are the different models in the line?
Anything from a 2-seat, we call Kudo model, or Sunray, which is basically a golf cart. And then we extend from there different seating arrangements. The Kudo goes from 2-seat to 14-seat, and on the golf carts we have anything from a 2, 4, and 6-seat. Particularly hot selling or well received are the models that have 2 seats in the golf cart that face backwards. But when you want to, you can either fold them up, put your golf clubs there, or fold them back down and make it a cargo area.
How much does the vehicle sell for?
This vehicle, as shown right here, would sell for about a little less than $11,000. And because it is solar, it qualifies for a solar tax credit that works out to be about $1,000.
Well, thank you, Gary. Great stuff. Love the car, and good luck to you with all the different models.